You know, we've all heard that classic advice, just follow your passion. But what if that's only like half the story? Today, we're going to move beyond the whole idea of finding the perfect job and get into the actual blueprint for building a career that gives you more than just a paycheck, a career that gives you a real sense of legacy. All right, let's get into it.
You know the story, right? You land that job that checks all the boxes. Good money, a title people respect, work that's actually interesting. But then, a few years down the line, you just feel empty, drained, uninspired, and you're already thinking about quitting. It happens all the time. So why? Why do these jobs that look so perfect on paper so often end in burnout? The answer tells us that the map we're using to find our dream job, it might be missing some really important details.
So to find those missing pieces, we first need to take a hard look at the map most of us are using. Let's start with a really popular concept, a powerful one, and see where it actually gets us, and more importantly, where it might be leaving us totally stranded.
I'm guessing a lot of you have seen this diagram before. Ikigai. It's this amazing Japanese concept that basically means your reason for being. And in the career world, it's often sold as the ultimate formula for a happy life. That sweet spot, that magical intersection of 4 key things.
And here they are, the 4 magic ingredients. You've got to love it. That's your passion. You've got to be great at it. That's your vocation. The world has to need it. That's your mission. And of course, you've got to get paid for it, your profession. The idea is so simple, right? Find where all 4 of those circles overlap and boom, you've found your dream job. It sounds perfect.
But here's the puzzle. If it's really that simple, why do we keep hearing stories about people who seem to have it all, they're talented, they're paid well, they're in jobs that matter, and they still just quit? The Ikigai model doesn't really explain why that perfect feeling job can suddenly feel so wrong.
I mean, think about the expert. This person is fantastic at their job, the world definitely needs what they do, and they're paid really well for it. They're a total pro. But one morning, they wake up and realize that feeling, that love for the work, it's just gone. And without that passion, the other 3 circles suddenly don't feel like enough to keep them going.
And then you've got the flip side, right? The passionate artist, the nonprofit worker. They absolutely love what they do, they're good at it, and it has real meaning. They are living their mission. But if the money isn't there, if you can't pay the bills, that passion gets crushed under the weight of financial stress. It's just not sustainable. And this is where we have that light bulb moment. Maybe the problem isn't the job itself. Maybe the problem is the mindset we bring to the job. We're all out there searching for this perfect static thing when the real key is inside us, in the way we approach the work we're already doing. So this brings us to a totally new way of looking at things, the dream job path. This is all about shifting from being a passive searcher to being an active builder. It's not about finding something that's lost. It's about constructing something that's built to last.
And this right here is the core message. This is everything. Stop looking, start building. A dream job isn't some destination you just arrive at one day. It's a structure. It's something you build piece by piece right where you stand.
It all kicks off with this really crucial shift in your thinking. The old advice, do what you love, kind of encourages you to wait around for a job to make you happy. But the much more powerful idea is to love what you do. See the difference? It's an active choice. It's about deciding to find the value, to create your own motivation, to commit to the path you're on right now.
And that kind of commitment, it's not a short-term thing. You got to think of it like planting an ancient tree, like a massive oak tree. It doesn't just pop up overnight. It takes real patience, it takes vision, and it takes a deep, deep commitment to one spot. So to grow this ancient tree career, you need 3 key things. First, you need the seed. That's your long-term vision, thinking decades ahead, not just about your next job title. Second, you need good soil, a place, a company, an environment that actually lets you grow. And third, maybe the most important part, you need to grow roots. That means an unwavering commitment to stay put long enough to actually grow strong.
And just look at the contrast between these 2 paths. You've got the job hopper, always looking for the next quick win. The second things get a little tough, they pull up their roots and start all over again somewhere else. They stay a sapling forever. But the legacy builder, they commit.
They grow deep, strong roots, and they become that unshakable, incredibly valuable ancient tree in the forest.
Okay, so you've made the commitment, you're planting your tree, so what's next? Well, this is the part of the journey where you go from just being good at your job to being truly great. But it means you have to navigate a really common and really dangerous trap.
You know, when you stick with something long enough, you just naturally get good at it. You become an expert. You have the skills, the knowledge, you're valuable. But right there, at that peak of expertise, there's a hidden trap, a fork in the road where so many promising careers just fizzle out.
And that trap is arrogance. It's that little voice in your head that says, I've earned this, I've paid my dues, I deserve more. And that leads straight to feeling entitled and, honestly, just getting stuck. The escape route is gratitude. Shifting your mindset to, wow, I'm so thankful for this opportunity. That doesn't make you weak, it makes you a magnet for good things and opens up doors to support, mentorship, and new growth that arrogance just slams shut. So you have to remember this. Gratitude isn't some fluffy, soft skill. It is a strategic accelerator. It is the fuel that takes all your hard work and expertise and transforms it into real, lasting success. It's what keeps your ancient tree growing taller and stronger. And now we can see the whole path laid out. It starts with commitment. That commitment leads to expertise. Then, when you combine that expertise with a mindset of gratitude, you finally achieve Ikigai. Not as the goal, but as a result. From there, you build real success, and that success is what creates the foundation for a dream life. See? Ikigai isn't the destination. It's just a stop along a much bigger, much more incredible journey.
And this journey, it doesn't just stop with you and your own personal success. No way. When you build a career with this kind of intention, the impact stretches out way, way beyond just yourself. It's about creating a legacy.
And this, for me, is the most powerful idea of all. When you build a career like this, it doesn't just benefit you. It's not this little solitary achievement. It becomes a beacon. It becomes a light that shows other people the way. Just think about the ripple effect. Your success inspires your family and shows them what's possible. Your stability and value can help lift up your entire community. You're not just doing a job anymore. You are creating a proven path for others to follow. You're turning a simple job into a lasting legacy. Think about it. It just takes one person in a family, one person in a town, to take a regular job and turn it into something that inspires dozens, maybe even hundreds of others. One person can forge a path where there wasn't one before.
So the last thing I want to leave you with is this. The job you have right now, no matter how you feel about it today, has the potential to be your ancient tree. It could be your masterpiece. It could be your legacy. The search for a dream job is over. The real question is, how are you going to choose to build it?